Perfect. All right. So this all started in 2014. I was sitting at home in our apartment and I didn't have any kind of leads. I was new to Houston, new to Texas, new to real estate. I didn't have any leads. And I was scrolling on my Facebook, just scrolling on Facebook with whatever it looked like 9 years ago or 10 years ago. I don't remember what that timeline must have looked like. But anyways, so I was scrolling on Facebook, kind of complaining about not having any business. I was like, what am I going to do? I don't know anybody. And the big one that kept coming to me was like, I don't know anybody. All my Facebook friends were either in Puerto Rico or in Florida or whatnot. I didn't know anybody in Texas. So I'm like, what am I going to do? And I remember that I had met a couple of Puerto Ricans that live in Houston. So I'm like, okay, well, at least I know 3 people that I can match with. So I said, it came to my mind, it's like, I'm going to create a group where, all these Puerto Ricans can come together. Wasn't necessarily out of business, but just out of meeting people and building relationships. So I built Boricuas in Houston or Puerto Ricans in Houston back in 2014. And that group has, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering that the community of Puerto Ricans in Houston is nearly not that big, it has 10,200 and something members right now. So it's a group that's been, it's grown pretty successfully. And I think we probably average about 40 deals a year from that group in Houston, Texas. So that's been a pretty successful group. And Rice is in here now, I think. So Rice, if you want to step in, any comments? Rice is my wife and our operations manager. She helps us manage it. Marcos is in our team in Houston, and he kind of knows the groups, or specifically that group. So from that group, we close about 40 deals a year. And then now I have 2 in Puerto Rico. One is homes for sale in Puerto Rico. The other one is real estate in Puerto Rico. One is geared towards Spanish, and the other one's geared toward English. And those groups respectively have, I think as of this morning, 69,700 members in one, and then 22,000 something in the other one. So pretty successful group. We're averaging about 400 leads a month from the one that has 69,000. So those are warm leads. We don't really get phone numbers from the leads initially, but we do get their Facebook profile, we get their full name, we get their email, and we get their areas of interest. So that really helps. And we do that because when they come into the group, there are questions. And one of the questions is, if you would like a list of properties for sale, tell us the area you want looking for, and then give us your email. And we'll say about 5% of people actually answer that. Probably about 5, yeah, about 100. From 100 people coming in, about 5 or 10 max will actually give us their contact information, which works. And out of those that we get, I'd say about 4% conversion on those of people who, so what happens is once they answer that question, Harold, our VA over here, our little angel, we'll put them on Brivity, on our CRM, and then we have them on an auto plan that sends them a thank you for joining the group, thank you for looking for houses, and I don't know what else he's built into it, but we have got some people that will turn around and say, hey, he puts them on auto drip on houses as well, so they do get a listing alert in the area they're looking at. So when they start looking at houses they like, they ask for an appointment through the Brivity app or through the Brivity software. They'll send an email. So we have gotten some people, we've turned some people around on that. And right now we actually have a listing in Puerto Rico for about $215,000. Not a big deal, but a good listing that came from that group as well. So yeah, it's working for us. Any questions so far? Any comments? Anything? Anybody? No? Okay. Is she preparing to unmute herself? Yes.
So in these groups, are you posting content, or like what are you doing to drive them to your group?
Yes. So basically, they're different groups, right? So the 2 in Puerto Rico are geared towards real estate. That's a great question. The one in Houston is specifically for the community. So I'll focus on the Houston one right now a little bit. So on the Houston one, we allow everybody to come in and bring value and ask questions. So the Houston one has become kind of the go-to place for people, for Puerto Ricans who are moving from either another state or from Puerto Rico into Houston. It's become kind of their first stop. Like, hey, how do I, where do I go to change my license? Where do I buy Puerto Rican cake? Where do I buy Puerto Rican food? Where are the Puerto Rican restaurants? How do I buy a house? Things like that. So that content is very community focused. It's very for the community. And then we direct, that's all value add. Yeah. And then what we do is we post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We post, listings that are coming soon, listings that we have on the market for me and my team. So even though we allow other realtors in that group, we are the only real estate team who's allowed to market, right? So if somebody asks for a realtor and everybody and other people get endorsed, other people get endorsed. You know, it is what it is. Somebody else is going to win the lead, and that's fine. And we get endorsed by some of our clients and each other and whatnot. But we're the only ones who are allowed to actually market in that group as far as realtors go, because it's a small community. So I do allow other realtors in there, but I'm the only one. We're kind of selfish, and you know, we're spending time managing the group. We got to have some kind of benefit. Our benefit is we're the only ones that can market. I'm the only person in the group that can go live. Well, I think Marcos can too because he's an admin. So only admins, which is our team, can go live on the group, and only we're allowed to do marketing. So we do have some rules, and this is important. This is some take note stuff. So some of the rules that we've made that I have really worked. Marketing posts are only allowed Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And this keeps the group from becoming a bulletin board of just marketing, spam. It's not a spam. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday is going to be the days where you can market. And what happens, especially in that community group, is a lot of people start marketing their Puerto Rican food that they make, their restaurant, you know, their services like, you know, cleaning services or auto detailing. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, one person per company, one post per person, per company, per service, per product. You're not going to spam. If you sell, you know, if you sell cakes and you sell ice cream and you sell t-shirts, well, you're not going to post all three of them in the same day because then you're spamming. So you get to choose one on Monday, one on Wednesday, one on Friday. So those are the rules. Rules, no politics. We don't allow politics. I'm very political. If you follow me on Facebook, you know I'm very outspoken about being a hardcore conservative. I don't allow it in the group. In the group, we just want positivity. So no politics, no insulting each other, no bad words, things like that. So those rules are important, right? And those rules are for everybody. So Saturday and Sunday, there's no marketing unless there's a special event that I don't want people to miss. For example, if we have a famous comedian or singer from Puerto Rico who's coming to one of the restaurants or one of the events, and they're going to have a concert on Friday, or a comedian is coming and they're presenting on Saturday and somebody wants to promote it on Saturday, well, that's a very unique event. So we'll allow that kind of marketing on the weekend sometimes. So what that does is it makes sure that we don't have a lot of spam, and then people who are asking important questions, valuable questions like, hey, you know, where are the best schools, or where should I, you know, where can I do this, or where can I find a job, or who's hiring? Those are more important to the community. So we make sure those are not overshadowed by marketing. Everybody who comes in, there's questions. You always want to have questions that are asked when entering the group, because you want to make sure you don't have robots coming in. Facebook, I would say about 20% of Facebook accounts are all fake. They're all spam accounts. That number might be even higher, but from my experience, about 20%. So if you get 10 requests, 2 of them for sure are spammers, they're fake accounts, they're Bitcoin people, or they're trying to scam your audience. So we do have questions, and some of those questions require to write out an answer. Like for the Puerto Ricans in Houston group, one of the main questions is, what town are you from originally in Puerto Rico? And a lot of people are like, well, you know, San Juan or Bayamon or whatever. And or they'll say, well, I'm not, but my parents were, and they'll tell you the town. So that does help filter people out a lot. And sometimes they don't answer the questions because sometimes they're invited by a member. People who are invited by members are usually solid accounts. But I still kind of open their account and check that there's some kind of something that shows Puerto Rico, that they have over 500 friends. Accounts with 20, 40, 50 friends, they're usually fake profiles. So those rules are really important. I guess that should answer that question, hopefully. Right? More content. So yeah, you asked about content. So the big things about content, I would tell you what to post. And we've gone through this. I've heard this from different people. We had a class with Ryan Smith a while ago, a webinar in our team meeting. He did a really good job. So like the 5 top things to post. Listing walkthroughs are getting very popular again. Listing walkthroughs with really good music, you know, with the popular soundtracks, they're getting very popular. People love seeing listing walkthroughs from high-end luxury properties to lower-end properties, because there's somebody out there looking who, you know, luxury properties are beautiful, but not everybody can afford them. So listing walkthroughs, if you don't have a listing to do a walkthrough on, ask a fellow EXP agent or somebody else who has listings in your market if you can do a walkthrough to present in your group. New listings, your listings or new listings in town. Best value listings, like if there's a listing, like, you know, there's, let's say in Clarksville, it's rare to find something under $300,000, and there's a house listed for $285. Maybe it has shack carpet, but it's still under $300. Then you want to say, you know, best value or or whatever you want to call it, listing in Clarksville right now, this weekend or whatever, just listed, $295,000, rare under 300,000, make series, right? Like, if under 300,000 is rare, make a series about that. And maybe every Friday you post about, under 300. Marcos does walkthroughs on TikTok, for example, and I'm kind of deviating a little bit, but you can use it on Facebook groups. He does walkthroughs with like $1 million properties, brand new properties, and he gets a lot of traction on it. So that could be one. Luxury listing, that's what I was talking about. Pool or waterfront, if it's rare to find a lakefront house in Clarksville or in Houston, maybe use that, do lakefront house of the week or lakefront house, just listed. And then the big one is education. Education is very, very important. You want to educate the public. You'd be surprised how much misinformation is out there about our market and about our industry. So market conditions, and don't make it boring. Don't say 35 new listings. And so people talk people's language, right? You got to get down to the nitty gritty. Like, right now we have 7 more listings that we've ever had in history. We have more houses available than we have buyers, or we have more buyers than we have houses for sale. So that's why the offer and demand. Talk the language people talk. Don't talk realtor lingo. Like, don't say FSBO, say for sale by owner. Don't say MLS, say multiple listing service, or online or whatever. Don't use, use common folk language. Frequently asked questions. How do I write a contract? What's a realtor? A big one that I've done several times on one of our groups. A realtor versus a real estate agent. What's the difference? People don't know because they use realtor as a general term. So that's a big one. Talk about contracts. For example, in Puerto Rico, by law, you have to have a 10-day inspection window, which a lot of people try to ignore, but you're supposed to have it. I think it's 15 days, but it's minimum 10 days. So you got to have an inspection window, whether the listing agent or the seller likes it or not. By law, by the civil code, you have to have a 10-day inspection period. And then resources, show people where to look at comps, where to look at properties, where to find, community information, crime data, be the person that shows people, hey, this is what you have to do. This is how you get it, etc. And then small business highlights is huge. Small business highlights, which is down here. Are y'all seeing my screen? Awesome. So small business highlights is a big one. Mom and pop shops, restaurants, thrift stores, and then go local, find places to visit, post this in your groups. Like, I've actually stepped out of posting a lot into my profile, and I'm working really hard to just post on groups, because that's where my audience is. That's the people I mostly care about. It doesn't mean you don't post in your profile, but that's important. So that's a big one, right? Go local, show people where the parks are. Dog parks are huge. People love dog parks. If you have dog parks, definitely do that. Where to go with children. Please follow fair housing laws. Be very careful what you're saying. Don't talk about how the neighborhood is great for family. Just show where you take your family, right? You don't have to say this is a great neighborhood for family. You just have to say this is the neighborhood we live in and we enjoy it. My family enjoys it because there's parks. Just be careful not selling follow fair housing. You guys know this. Video is king. Go live. If the group is yours and you manage it, go live. Use captions. Use your cell phone. Don't worry about investing a lot of money into content, into media, whatever. Don't go hire a videographer. Again, my thing is free. How do we get free leads? Or obviously it's going to cost us time and resources, but it's not costing us money. And then repurpose any video you do live. Any video you do live on Facebook, did you know that you can actually download it? You can download any live video from Facebook, and then you can repurpose it and use it on TikTok. You can use it on YouTube, etc. Even if you just go live. Obviously, if you pre-record it, which some people like, I don't like pre-recorded videos because I am my worst critic. So any video that I make, if I look at it once and I don't like it, it just stays on my phone. I never use it. So I like going live. And then pick your 3 platforms. Like, we're talking about Facebook groups, but pick your platforms. Don't go. If you're gonna go start on Facebook and then you're gonna jump to Instagram and you're gonna jump to from Instagram, you're gonna go to Snapchat. And from Snapchat, you're gonna go to, pick your top platform and then pick 2 secondary ones, but stick to 3. And these are AI stuff. We're not gonna talk about that today. As far as building the group and how to find the group, how to build a group, first of all, be very authentic. That's a big thing. You got to be authentic to yourself. Who are you? And then find a niche. Like, for example, my niche was Puerto Ricans in Houston, because I'm from Puerto Rico, living in Houston, and people weren't really connected. So I found that niche. So find a niche. Maybe you're a busy mom, like, who has a business. So build a small business moms groups. Those groups are huge. Mommy groups are huge on Facebook. Even if there's another one, just build a better one, right? So when I started Puerto Ricans in Houston, there were already like 7 groups that had hundreds of people in it, and one of them had over 1,000 people. I still built mine from scratch and got 10,000. And right now, there's groups that are bigger than mine, right? There's other people winning. That's great. You know, there's seasons. But know your values. Values about finances, about investments, about social issues, politics, families, religion. Know your values. Don't be divisive, but attract your tribe. The big one with these groups is attracting your tribe. So if you're making one like I did, like Puerto Ricans Houston, that's a very general tribe, but it's still specific to demographics. And then I also have the groups in Puerto Rico, which have the 69,000 and 22,000 people. That's just a real estate group, right? Don't be afraid to build just a real estate group, like homes for sale in Clarksville. Done. Just do it. Just be the one that posts, share other people's listings, share other people's posts. Don't be afraid to help other realtors also grow their business. You're still the one that manages the group. So when people enter the group, you're still the person getting those leads, right? You're helping them, but they're also helping you. So don't be afraid of that. And then when you build a group, invite friends who share the location or niche, or people who even don't. Like if you build a group and you need people to enter, hey, there's, 10,000 honey badgers, right? That we're all part of, or there's 62 of us in our integrity network. Invite us. That's the first 62 members, even if just 20 of us enter. We don't even have to follow the group, but invite me. I'll unfollow the group, but I'll be there so you have membership growing. Create the rules and then get admin support. This is a big one. Get admin support. People love helping people, and people love being part of something. So if you need somebody to help you, manage the group, I promise you that members in the group, when you ask them, hey, this is getting, our group is growing, it's really taking a lot of my time. Looking for people to help us manage the group. Are there any volunteers? Guarantee you'll have 3 people immediately. Yeah, I would love to manage it. People think they know how to do it. People think they want to do it. And some are going to fall off, but hey, you're still going to get help. So, people want to help you grow and manage the group. They want to feel, especially if the group is starting to gain traction, they want to feel important. We all want to feel important. We all want to be praised. We all want to be the center of attention. That's just how humans work. So don't be afraid to invite people to do that. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I had written down. Any questions, comments? I really need feedback. I need feedback from you guys to help me start creating something out of this.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say the only thing that I would think, like, if you're gonna use something like this over and over again, I would just say, like, once this starts growing and we add more newer agents to this to learn how to kind of build their network and build their leads, is to not stay on the Remarkable. Maybe give us a quick scroll through yours so they can kind of see like it's not that hard, I think for some visual people, for me, it's fine, I'm a note taker, whatever. I'm not taking notes right now, but I can listen and I can take notes, right? But I think doing something like that, going kind of back and forth and just showing hey, I do it and it's super easy.
Yeah, I'll have Harold. That's good feedback. I'll have Harold help me if I ever actually do a presentation, we'll have Harold help me. So this is my first group that I ever built, and this one has 10,000.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hi. Do you have, or do you use, or maybe Harold, those additional apps that you can schedule your post during the week? Because I don't know, maybe you don't have enough time during the week. You take a Saturday afternoon or Sunday and you just schedule your post for a week.
Yeah, that's a good point. So I don't use that. I'm very organic and very manual. I don't know why I'm so hesitant to leverage technology like that. But there are groups, there are software that do that. So that's a good comment. There are some software, I can't remember the name of them right now because I don't use them, haven't seen them in years. But there are some stuff that you can pre-schedule your post. And actually inside groups, some groups allow you to create the post and then schedule it for the next day or whenever you want. So you don't have to post, but there is some software that does help you do that. So I don't use it, but yes, you're right. There are some. So definitely look into it and maybe Google, how to pre-schedule, how to schedule Facebook group posts, and you'll find some software. I don't use that. I'm very in the moment. I'm not planning anything today, and all of a sudden I got an idea in my head. I'm going to go live on Facebook and I'm going to post it. I wish I was more organized to create stuff, but I'm not. So this is the first group. I mean, it's got really good activity, and you can actually see, you can go here somewhere, and you can see the engagement. You can see your stats on your group. So right now, you know, in the last 30 days, our engagement has actually gone down 11%, but that still means 285 posts in the last 28 days. That's over 10 posts a day. So that's still a lot of engagement. There are 70 out of our 10,000 agents, 7,600 of them are actually active. So they're commenting, posting, liking, and engaging people. That's a lot of engagement. That's actually really good. And then you see popular days and popular times. So Friday seems to be the day where everybody's always engaging. And then around 8 p.m. or 10 p.m. for some reason is when people are, so that these statistics are going to help you know when to post and what to post and who to post it to. I don't know why it's not showing me. I don't know why it's not. So there's a part, they're supposed to tell me also where. I'll show you on the other, on one of the groups, it tells me where the people are from, and it tells me their demographics. Like, you know, our groups are 50-50 men and women. They're actually mostly 51% women and then 49% men is usually where it's at, or male and female. I don't know, I'm trying to think politically correct over here. But you see the posts, the comments, the reactions, and then it tells you what are the top posts, like some of the posts that are the top posts. This one reached 3,500 people, 3,800 people. And then the engagement. So this one has huge engagement. See, this is it. When should we change our driver's license from Puerto Rico to Texas? So that's community help, right? So somebody asked that question and it reached 2,200 people and had 241 comments and likes, engagements. Somebody asking for cakes, Puerto Rican cake, you know, restaurants. So this is really, 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 these insights are really cool. So definitely use that for your groups. I'll show you this one. So on Se Venden Casas, this is my biggest group right now. So this is the homes for sale in Puerto Rico. So don't be afraid to just go straight out and say, hey, this is about houses. Community groups are really good because you build better relationships. Here, I'm not building relationships. Here, we're just selling houses. So if you want to build relationships, I would start with building relationships and build a community group about relationships, not just selling houses. And actually, this group that has 69,000 people right now, or 61, excuse me, I didn't build this. I actually bought this group. This group already had like 30,000 people when I got it. The lady built it, wasn't really managing it, didn't care about it. So I actually took it over a few months ago. And you want to be, you know, like things like this, you want to remove all these spam stuff. And then something really cool, when you remove a post now, that didn't work. It's glitching right now, but when you remove a post in groups now, you can actually give the person a warning. So if I see somebody who's always posting this kind of stuff and I give them 3 warnings, on the third warning, we remove them. We ban them from the group, and we tell them, like I said, hey, listen, three strikes, you're out. So, but this is like lots of engagement, lots of properties for sale. And then if you go to group insights or engagement, so it's important to pay attention to the stuff like 278. So this is down 22% in the last month, but 278 posts in the last 28 days. Which is kind of crazy if you think about it, because this has 69,000 people and it has just about the same amount of engagement as my group of 10,000 people. So I always make sure you don't get enamored by growing the group. If you have 200 people, but it's a quality group, it's better than 100,000 people, which is just a bunch of stuff that isn't really focused on what you want to do. So, you know, I have a 10,000 person group that has more engagement than a 69,000 people group. So really important to keep that in mind. I don't see the insights, but anyways, there's a part where it tells you, see, this is the kind of stuff I gotta learn. There's a part that tells you where people are coming from. So this has 69,000 in the last 30 days, 3,800 membership requests, and then approved were 3,200, blocked have been 3, 565 have been declined. For different reasons, but there's I don't know where, but there's a part, and I can't find it now, but there's a part where you see where people are, but I can't, I don't know why, I don't know what's going on. Anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, that's all I got for now. So is there any questions or anything that you suggest I add to a potential class? Anything that any questions you guys might have, comments, anything I should leave out? Marcos, you're in with me when Puerto Rico in Houston. Anything that I missed saying that we usually say? When we talk
No,
about
I mean, I just think that it's something that I can say that I also have to tell myself that you can make these groups and create these groups, but if you don't consistently post, if you don't consistently share, um, you can kind of fall off the wagon quickly. You're getting unmotivated quickly because it's not gonna grow overnight. But I mean, it just takes consistency. But it does work, especially in like, well, I'm only in the Houston group or active in the Houston group, but when you start to post frequently, you may not see like the engagement, or maybe your likes aren't there, or but then a few days later, someone in the group who you don't even know, or at least in our group, who's the good realtor, and you think you're not getting engagement, but people you don't know will start tagging you, start commenting your name because they've seen you post, even though they didn't engage with it. You're like, okay, it did work, it is working. So it just kind of takes that consistency.
yeah, it's staying top of mind. That consistency keeps you top of mind. That's a really good point. Thank you, Marcos. And sometimes, and it's like Marco says, sometimes you don't see it, but it's like, and I'll leave you guys with this. There was a study done or like a couple years ago, a year ago, about a fake realtor. So what happened was people went to this community, and the survey people went to the community, and they started asking, hey, who's the top realtor in this age? Who do you trust in realtor in this community? And people gave random answers like, I don't have one, or my cousin's a realtor, or XYZ person, and Mike Stockman is the realtor in this area, blah blah. And then so a couple of weeks later, they built a fake person. So Eli Smith, I don't know, whatever. And they created a fake real estate agent. And they started doing postcards for several weeks, I think 2 months or something. They started doing postcards. And then after the postcards, were sent on a weekly basis for 2 months, they went back 2 weeks after that, and they started asking who's the best realtor in the neighborhood. And people started saying Eli Smith, a real estate agent that doesn't exist. It's not a real person. Because it doesn't matter how good or bad you are sometimes, it's being top of mind. Some people don't care about having a preferred realtor, but if it's like Steve Jobs used to say, people don't know what they need until you tell them what they need. So people needed a trusted real estate agent in that neighborhood. Now, I'm not saying go out and do postcards, go spend money. My whole thing is about free, don't spend any money. But even though it's free because you're not dishing money out, it's not free because you're investing a lot of time. Like Marco said again, consistency. So today, Marcos and I will be posting in our group because today is Friday. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we post value education about real estate. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we post community stuff. So we're still top of mind, but we're not selling because we're not allowed to sell Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, and if you don't want to build a group and there's already a community group, just become the mayor of that group. Be the person who's always engaging with people. Don't come out salesy, follow the rules, ask the admins. And if there's a group in your community that has 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 or more people, and you see that it's being spammed a lot because the admins are no longer taking care of it, reach out to the admin and say, hey, can I help you? Don't ask them to buy it immediately, but can I help you? A group like the one I have with 69,000 people, if that lady would have told me $10,000 for it, I would have probably paid $10,000 for it because we're getting the return on investment. So, go to these groups that are already being managed. Don't think you have to build it from scratch if you don't want to. Become a mayor, a top contributor in groups that already exist. Just follow the rules. Now, one big one that I'll give you. When you join a group, check who the admins are. If the top admin or creator is a realtor, don't waste your time in that. Don't build it, don't engage. Just maybe if you want to do it, I would suggest don't do it. As soon as they start seeing that you're growing and you've put effort into this and you're building that community, they will block your ass because there's people that just don't care. They can't stand competition. We lived in a neighborhood in Houston, Texas, in League City, that we were both part of the group. As soon as I started engaging with people, the admin blocked, even though we lived and owned homes, and it's called homeowners in whatever that name, Meadowbend, neighbors of Meadowbend or Meadowbend neighbors. Even though we lived there, I was blocked because the admin, the creator of the group, was a realtor that lived in scarcity. So do engage in other groups. Just be careful you're not doing it in a group that somebody's going to just block you. So I leave you with that. Hopefully this was some kind of value for you guys. I know it's value for me because at least it helps me with what I should focus on and what I shouldn't. So I appreciate y'all taking 30 minutes of your morning.
We love you. Thank you for this.
Always be good.
Right.
Yes, thank you,
Bye.
Have fun,
Eli.
y'all. Bye.